Google has threatened to remove its search engine from Australia, and Facebook has threatened to remove news from its feed for all Australian users if a code forcing the companies to negotiate payments to news media companies goes ahead. The move would mean the 19 million Australians who use Google every month would no longer be able to use Google Search, and 17 million Australians who log into Facebook every month would not be able to see or post any news articles on the social media site. The two companies are fighting against legislation currently before the Parliament that would force the digital platforms to enter into negotiations with news media companies for payment for content, with an arbiter to ultimately decide the payment amount if no agreement can be reached. On Friday, Google delivered an ultimatum to the government, saying it would not be viable to continue offering search in Australia if the code goes ahead. The Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, said at a press conference in Brisbane the government would not respond to threats. "Let me be clear, Australia makes our rules for things you can do in Australia. That's done in our parliament. It's done by our government. And that's how things work here in Australia, and people who want to work with that, in Australia, you're very welcome." I wonder how events will develop further.